I worked and worked and worked and worked. I lost a lot of friends because a lot of my friends were still young. We were still young, and I was 25 years old when I built my first house. My family doesn't come from money. We always worked hard for what we had, and I did. I bought my first house at 25 years old, and that was the biggest accomplishment I felt I've ever done because I did it by myself. I did it by working my tail off for it, and I had that to show for it, you know. And then I met Chris. My health challenges happened. I was diagnosed with some health challenges, and then I met Chris. I met Chris because of those health challenges. My friend sent me a friend suggestion for him. It was actually his cousin's wife, and I deleted it. I was like, I am not interested. I don't want to meet a guy. Bye-bye. So I deleted her friend suggestion for him. I was diagnosed 2 months later, and I went through one of the, I would say, darkest times of my life because things just got scarier, worse. I thought my life was crumbling underneath me, and I didn't know which way to turn. I didn't have a lot of friends at the time because a lot of my friends, the friends I did have, I lost because they didn't understand that I looked perfectly fine, and I felt horribly inside. Horribly. I felt a lot of discomforts, a lot of aches, a lot of bad moods. I met a lot of friends online, and in the part where I gave up on everything, I quit my job. It was kind of temporarily, but kind of quit my job of 9 years. I just said, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. You don't understand me. You don't understand what's going on in my life. And I quit. And I got a friend request from Chris. I was in a really, really, really bad place. And I got a friend request from Chris on Facebook. And I was like, oh, what the heck? I'm never going to meet him. Except, one thing led to another. And 8 years later, we have 2 kids. We live in Colorado. And he's the best thing that has ever happened to me.
4 a.m, dark bedroom. 2 people who used to love each other, lying inches apart, about to have the last real conversation of their marriage. One of them is about to say 5 words that will end everything. The other one doesn't know it yet, but by the time the sun comes up, she'll be gone. Her daughters will be gone. Her unborn son will be gone. And the man lying next to her right now will spend the rest of his life in a cell, still trying years later to explain what he actually said in that room and why. Tonight, we're going inside that conversation, as close as we can get to word for word using his own account, told years apart, sometimes contradicting itself. I'm not going to give you the sensationalized version you've maybe already seen. I'm going to give you what's actually documented, what's still uncertain, and why the space between those 2 things matters so much. My name is Eleanor. Welcome to True Crime Obsessions. And oh, I promise you, by the end of tonight, this case is going to look different to you than it did an hour ago. Before we go back into that bedroom, I want to talk to you for a second. Really talk, like we're sitting across from each other, not like I'm just reading you a script. I had a twin sister, Margaret. Maggie. If you've been with this channel a while, you already know her name. And honestly, thank you for holding space for her the way you have. If you're new, welcome, and I'm glad you're here for this one specifically. When we were 24, Maggie left her night shift at a hospital and never came home. No struggle, no note, no confession ever from anyone. Just an absence that's been sitting in my life for years now, shaped exactly like her. Here's the thing I want you to understand about why I tell these stories the way I do. My family never got an answer. The Watts family, horrific as their answer is, got one. A confession, a conviction, a name and a face attached to what happened. So when I sit down to walk you through someone's final words, I don't take that privilege lightly, and I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't still be here with me. Okay. quick breath before we go back in, because I have to tell you something. I spent the last few days listening to hours, actual hours of interrogation audio for tonight's video. At one point, my dog just got up and left the room like she personally could not with me anymore. Fair. Honestly, fair. Okay, let's talk about the 5 weeks before that bedroom conversation, because I don't think you can understand what was said in that room without understanding what was quietly happening before it. Shanann Watts was 34 weeks pregnant with a son she and Chris had already named Nico. She spent 5 weeks with family friends in North Carolina, the final stretch before her due date, while Chris stayed in Colorado for work, only joining her for the last week of the trip. Here's a question for you. Genuinely, type your answer below. If your partner's texts got shorter, calls got less frequent, the I love you started feeling like autopilot instead of real, would you notice? Or does it only ever look obvious afterward? I want real answers in the comments, not just yes, obviously, because I don't think it's obvious in the moment at all. Because according to what Chris later told police, that's exactly what was happening during those 5 weeks. Shorter conversations, fewer texts, less, in his own words, lovey-dovey. What he didn't say out loud to Shanann, but did eventually admit to investigators, was that he'd started an affair with a coworker, Nicole Kessinger, during that exact window. Sit with that timeline with me for a second. His pregnant wife, states away, trusting that whatever she felt shifting was just distance, just tiredness, just late pregnancy. Meanwhile, an entire second relationship quietly building itself back home. Shanann flew back to Colorado in the early hours of August 13th, landing just before 2 a.m. A friend picked her up. She went straight to bed next to her husband. And this is where we're back to where we started tonight. According to Chris Watts' own account, he woke around 4 a.m. and the two of them began talking, quietly in the dark, about the state of their marriage. He told police it started calm, emotional, both of them crying at points in his telling. They talked about separation. Then, in his account, Shanann told him he suspected he was having an affair.
I'm so excited. Oh my goodness, it does smell like my favorite ice cream. I'm only gonna give Chris a little bit because I don't think I'm gonna want to share this. Ready? Here it goes.
Oh yeah.
It's just like mint ice cream. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely amazing. It literally tastes, if you guys have ever had green mint ice cream, it tastes like green mint ice cream, like just like it.
Delicious.
That is really, really good. I don't know why he's crying. He wants to sit on the car. Charlie, it tastes like green mint ice cream. Have you gotten yours yet? Oh my god, it's so good. It's like 7 o'clock at night here. I love this. This is gonna be like my dessert at night. Hey Lisa. I'm not ignoring you guys. If I didn't see your message, I'm sorry. It is amazing. Absolutely, positively amazing. This is probably my new favorite. Like,
oh wow.
Michelle, it's amazing. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try this tomorrow, so be prepared. I'm gonna go live tomorrow. I'm gonna try it with this. Hold on.
Uh-oh. What are you trying? Oh.
Cafe. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be amazing. Oh, Chris, that stinks. It's amazing. Let me just tell you, it's absolutely positively amazing.
Are you talking to me?
No, different Chris. There's a lot of Chris's. Hey, Melissa, did you get yours yet? It's so good, girl. Michelle, when's yours? Look when it's supposed to be delivered. Okay, that's absolutely amazing. Candy cane lifestyle mix. Candy cane lifestyle mix, and it's healthy. Like, seriously healthy. Oh my goodness, it doesn't get better than this. They never, never, ever disappoint. Never, ever. I'm so excited. Okay, you guys, so that is our candy cane lifestyle mix. It's absolutely amazing. I know they sold out, so I don't know if they got more coming in. I I do have three extras if I'm willing to share.
Yeah.
So anyone wanting to start the Thrive experience, I have 3 extra candy cane for you. Herb, I got you covered. It's so good. Like, seriously, mint ice cream. Green mint ice cream is exactly what it tastes like. Like, amazing. I'm gonna actually blend this tomorrow with some ice. That's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a little treat.
Ice cream in a cup.
Except for it's not green, but it's delicious. It's really, really, really good.
Okay, here's where I need to be really honest with you, because I think this is exactly the kind of thing other channels blur past to make a cleaner story. There is no recording of this conversation, no camera in that room. What we have is Chris Watts, years later, describing to investigators what he said. Not a word-for-word transcript, but the substance of it. And what he told them was that he said he didn't love her anymore. Just sit with that with me. Not I'm confused, not I need space. By his own account, he told his pregnant wife of 6 years at 4 a.m. in the dark that he did not love her. And Shanann's response, according to him, was immediate. She told him he'd never see his daughters again. That's the exchange. 5 words on his side, a mother's instinct to protect her children on hers. And somewhere in the space between those 2 sentences, something in this man decided the rest of his family's lives were now negotiable. Because here's the twist that I think genuinely changes how you should understand everything we just walked through. In letters he wrote from prison years later, not to police, to a pen pal, Watts admitted the decision wasn't made in that bed at all. It had already been made before. He wrote that on the morning of August 13th, before that conversation with Shanann ever happened, he had already gone into his daughter's rooms. I need you to really hear that, because it reframes this entire story. He didn't lose control during an argument. By his own later admission, Bella and Celeste were already gone before "I don't love you anymore" was ever said out loud. That conversation wasn't the trigger. It was, in his own retelling, almost a formality on his way to something he'd already decided. I need to stop and ask you directly, because I think what we just uncovered together earns it. If this kind of careful, honest breakdown, the kind that actually corrects the record instead of repeating a clean, dramatic version, is what you come here for, hit subscribe right now. Not at the end, now, because what's coming next is going to sit with you. All right, let's keep going together, because what happened next, in his own words, is almost unbearably composed for what it describes. He told investigators that after their conversation, he strangled Shanann in their bed. In his prison letters years later, he described watching her face while he did it, her eyes filling with blood, mascara streaking down her cheeks. He wrote that this was the detail he remembered most. I don't think I need to explain what it means that that's what stuck. Shortly after, according to his account, 4-year-old Bella walked into the room holding her blanket and asked what was wrong with her mom. He told her Shanann didn't feel well, that she was sleeping. Bella watched him wrap her mother's body and pull it down the stairs and asked again, crying, what was wrong. I have to pause here, genuinely, because this is the detail from this case I can never fully move past, and I think you understand why, given what I've shared about my own life. A 4-year-old, still trusting the adult in front of her enough to simply ask a question instead of running. He put Shanann's body in his truck. 3-year-old Celeste woke up. He put both girls in the truck beside their mother and drove to the oil field where he worked. Both girls asked him more than once what was happening to their mom. He told police he doesn't remember his answer. Genuine question for the comments, and think before you answer this one. Do you believe someone can truly not remember something like that? Or is "I don't remember" just the easiest thing to say when the truth is too much even for the person who caused it? I want to know honestly where you land. At the site, he smothered both girls, left their bodies in oil tanks, and buried Shanann nearby. I'm not walking through those forensic details again tonight. We covered that with the care it deserves in a previous video, and repeating it doesn't serve Bella and Celeste's memory. What I want you to sit with instead is what happened immediately after. He went to work. He clocked in. He texted people ordinary messages like it was an ordinary Monday. If tonight's breakdown is giving you a different, more accurate picture of this case than the version you've seen circulating, do me a favor and hit like right now. It genuinely tells this platform to put honest reporting in front of more people instead of the same 5-minute recycled summary everyone's already seen a dozen times.
$100 cash prize that we had to hit $2,000 in volume, and not only did we hit the $2,000 in volume, but we smashed it and we hit 40K as a team. So I'm so excited for you guys. So we had a lot of entries yesterday. We had Genevieve, we had Chrissy had 2 entries, we had Brittany, we had Liz, we had Christina, DJ, Susan. We had a lot of entries yesterday, so I'm so excited to see Madison, Michelle, Beth had an entry, so we'll see who won. Pick one.
Get one.
Whatever one. Drop one. Who is it? Who could it be? Oh my goodness! Who is it? Say Chrissy, congratulations, you won $300. Way to go, guys. I'm so proud of everybody, and go Steelers.
Let's talk about the 2 days that followed, because the psychology here only gets more unsettling. For 2 full days, Chris Watts stood in front of cameras in his own driveway, crying, pleading for his family's safe return. That footage still circulates. Knowing what we know now, watching it back is one of the most unsettling things you'll ever see. A man performing grief for a family he had already killed with his own hands less than 48 hours earlier. Behind the scenes, investigators were already noticing cracks, cell data that didn't match his story, a failed polygraph by a wide margin. When confronted, his story shifted, first to a version where Shanann herself killed the girls and he killed her afterward in a rage. That version fell apart almost as fast as he offered it. Here's the detail I want you to notice. Genuinely, sit with this one. When his story finally cracked, his first instinct wasn't confession, it was blaming Shanann. Even with his own guilt closing in, his reflex was to make the woman he'd already killed into the perpetrator. That's not panic, that's a pattern. The same pattern that let him carry on an affair while she was pregnant states away, trusting him completely. Small ask, and I promise it's an easy one. If you haven't already, share this with one person, someone who actually wants the careful, honest version of a story instead of the sensational one. That's the only way a channel like this grows, you telling someone you need to see this one. In November 2018, as part of a plea deal that removed the death penalty, Watts pleaded guilty to everything, including charges related to Nico, recognized as a victim under Colorado law. 3 consecutive life sentences, no parole. He will die in that prison. And years later, from inside it, he wrote the letters that gave us the fuller, darker truth. Premeditated, decided before that bedroom conversation ever happened. I don't love you anymore wasn't the moment everything changed. By his own hand, it was something he said on his way to something already chosen. Oh, and doesn't that completely reframe the title of tonight's video? We came in thinking about one sentence that ended everything. What we actually found, together, is a man who had already ended everything and just hadn't told her yet. Here's a question I genuinely want your honest answers to. Do you think Shanann ever sensed, even for a second, what those 5 weeks apart really meant? Or do you think, like I do, that some betrayals are specifically built to stay invisible until it's too late? Tell me where you land. I read every single comment. We're near the end of tonight's story, and I want to close it the way I try to close all of these, with the people this happened to, not the man who did it. Shanann's parents, Sandra and Frank, have spent the years since advocating in her name and her daughter's names, pushing awareness around the quiet, invisible kind of harm that doesn't look like danger until it's far too late. They've insisted, and I agree completely, this isn't the Chris Watts case, it's Shanann's, Bella's, Celeste's, Nico's. Nico, who never got a birth certificate, never got a name outside the one his family gave him after he was already gone. A life ended before it started, in the same conversation that ended everyone else's. If tonight meant something to you, if you felt the difference between what's actually documented and the version that just gets repeated online as fact, that's genuinely the whole reason I do this the way I do. Not shock, accuracy, memory done honestly. Tell me in the comments what you want next. Nicole Kessinger's full story, what she knew and when, or Shanann's final letter to Chris, written before any of this, without her ever imagining what was coming. I read everything, and it shapes what we cover next. Thank you for sitting with this one, and for talking through it with me instead of just watching it happen. For Shanann, for Bella, for Celeste, for Nico, and for Maggie, always. I'll see you in the next one.
Because of my health challenges, because I got so sick, I let him in. And he only knew me at that time. He knew me at my worst. And he accepted me. And, you know, through your vows, like through sickness and everything, he's been there. He was the one that let me lay on him and fall asleep for 3.5 hours on his lap while he had to pee. He is the best thing that has ever happened to me. So with that being said, know that no matter what, and I can go on forever with this story, but I want to cut it short so I don't bore you guys. Know that no matter how hard life gets, no matter how low you feel, know that deep down, in your heart, that there's a purpose, there's a reason for everything. We may not understand it at the time. It's hard to understand it at the time. I'm telling you, when I met Chris, I pushed him away. I gave every excuse for him to run. I mean, I gave him an out every single day. I gave him an out. And if you guys know my story with Chris, you know I gave him an out. I mean, he went to my colonoscopy. I tortured him. I rejected him. I pushed him away time and time and time again. But when I canceled dates last minute, because that's how life is with my health challenges, you cancel things last minute, and it's hard for people to get. It's hard for me to understand. But he stuck around. And he stuck around because he was the one for me. And he is amazing. And I can't tell you how wonderful he is. But on top of all of that, when I got sick, I reached out to support groups online. And I built relationships with so many people that have similar health challenges or the same. And we've built a relationship stronger than some of the relationships I've known for over 20 years. Some of them that I've known over my whole life. And these people are in my life for a reason. I met these people for a reason. And Mandy Aikman is the one who introduced me to Thrive. And I would never be where I'm at right now without her. And so all of this comes from all of this positivity that I'm sharing. My 2 children are because of all of this. All of this. My health challenges happened for a reason. I was told I couldn't have kids, and here I have 2 amazing, crazy, wild children I love dearly. And everything happens for a reason. So if you're at a place where you feel, like life's standing on top of you and attacking you, write down. This is homework for everyone, and I do this all the time because I have to life happens. So write down all the things that you think are bad in your life, all the negative in your life. Write it down. But then I want you to also, on the other side of the paper, write down what has happened in your life that you're grateful for. The third step is take a pen and mark over, connect the 2 things that happened. So, for instance, health challenges. Chris, Mandy, life, right? I can write that help. I can connect that life health challenge to Mandy. I can connect it to Chris, and I can connect it to everything else that happened because of my health challenges. So do you see what I'm trying to do here? Like, I want you to connect the negatives with the positives in your life. And when you look at that, life becomes so much brighter. Like, so much brighter when you can do that. So, you know, sometimes we have to reassess in our life. Like, sometimes we feel like life's attacking us, and when we do, we have to sit back and look at the big picture. And it may not be something right away. It may be, if it's happening to you right now, you may not see the big picture. You may not see it until 6 months down the road, or what the connection is. But when you do, it's going to all make sense. It's all going to click, and you're like, why was I beating myself up for something? No reason at all. Like, no reason at all. So do that. And if that helps you guys, like, I don't know where I found that. It was in one of the books I read when I was going through hard things in life, and when things were really like attacking me, and I felt like the world was sitting on top of me. I had to do that, and I do it still to this day. We still have our moments where, you know, we feel like life's attacking us, or nothing good is coming out of every day. We have to reassess and see why we did it, like why things happen. There's a plan. No matter what your beliefs in life are, what you believe in, there's always a plan for everything. And that's my belief anyway. I believe it, and because I'm living proof that something good comes out of everything negative. Something good comes out of everything you don't want. And when you push your comfort zone, when you go outside that comfort zone and you really step out of it, it's going to hurt. It's going to be scary. It's going to be traumatizing sometimes. But guess what? When you step back, you're going to realize, wow, that was the best feeling of my life. Like that, it's like riding a roller coaster. I'm iffy on riding roller coasters, but it's the same thing as riding a roller coaster. You're like, it's scary as heck. You don't want to do it, but when you do, it's exhilarating. Like, it's exciting. It's. I mean, literally, when I found out I was going on stage, I think I lost 5 pounds. It was the scariest thing ever, and I was like, as long as I don't have to speak, we're good. You know, I can do this. So, it was still scary. Like, walking on stage in front of 25,000 people, I'm like, holy crap, am I gonna trip in these heels? Am I gonna bust my face? What am I gonna do? Like, my hair gonna be standing up? Is my skirt gonna be pulled up and not realize it? I was scared. Like, all of those things came through my mind, and you know, it's just exhilarating on the other side. It's so exhilarating. And so I hope I helped somebody today, because I felt like I needed to share that. And I know I kind of rambled a little bit, and I apologize. I apologize if I don't make sense. I apologize if any of it, like, it goes over left field. But I wanted to share, and I wanted to. So I hope that helped anyone that was on today listening. And if it did, let me know, because, or if you need to talk, like, always message me. I love talking to people, and I love helping in any way I can, because many people have helped me through my life and my struggles and everything. So I appreciate everyone's who's impacted my life, and who still continues to impact my life. And so I like to try to pay it forward, and I try to help people too in any way that I can, even if it's just being there and listening to you. Thank you, Jen. I'm still not there, but I feel like I'm accomplishing something, especially when my children are following in my footsteps. And I love you, Mandy. I couldn't have done this without you. I know I gave you hell for 14 months. I almost blocked you. I didn't want to hear what you had to say about Thrive. But I'm forever grateful for you, and I greatly appreciate everyone along this journey, and everyone who, whether you believe in what I'm doing or not. I have so many friends who may not believe, sorry, I'm trying to get out of the sun's shadow, believe in what I say or what I'm doing, but you support me. You're still my friend, and you support me no matter what I choose to do. And I greatly appreciate all of you. So I love you all, and you guys have an amazing, amazing Saturday. It's already hot here. I don't even know what time it is. It's 9 o'clock, and as you can see, the sun is shining. I'll show you guys over here a little bit. You can see the mountains a little bit. It's a little cleared. There's a balloon over there. I'm surprised there's no hot air balloons today. There will be tomorrow because they usually come on Sundays. So they're got a new building right there, but we'll still have our view, which I love. And Chris cut the grass yesterday. Thank goodness, I needed it. So here's my view, and they're gonna have a park right there. So that open space right there is gonna be a park for the kids. Another one. We have like several in the neighborhood. So, all right, everybody, have an amazing day, and I love you all. Bye, guys.